Hey everyone, Ryan here at eTrailer. Today on our 2023 Kia Sorento, we're going to be showing you how to install the Tekonsha custom fit vehicle wiring harness. Before we do that though, let's take a minute, we'll check this out and make sure it's going to work for you. With the Sorento being a capable SUV, people use them to do a lot of different things, which does include pulling trailers around. And if that's something you plan on doing, you're going to need a way to power up the lights on that trailer so you're safe and legal. And that's exactly what this kit is going to do. It's going to give us that four-way flat type connection, which is really common, those smaller and medium-sized trailers. So if the connector on your trailer looks like this, you'll be able to plug right into it and get all those necessary signals. So you get your turn signals, your brake lights, as well as your tail lights. Now with that said, if the connector on your trailer looks similar to this, then you're going to want a 7-way type wiring kit. That way you can plug those in together, and those kits are available for the Sorento, so you can always check those out. There are several different kits available for the Sorento, and what one is actually going to work for you really just depends on how your vehicle is set up from the factory. So the kit that we have here today, this is designed for vehicles with the factory tow package plug. And honestly, from my personal experience, the vast majority of these that I've seen have the plug there. It's definitely worth checking before you just pick a wiring kit and hope that it'll work. Even if your Sorento didn't come from the factory with a hitch on it, that doesn't necessarily mean you won't have the factory tow package plug. So perfect example today, we installed an etrailer.com hitch and we still had that tow package plug to utilize, which is really convenient because the wiring just plugs into it, you route it over here, and you're good to go. Definitely advise, there's a panel on the driver's side, real easy to pop down. I'll show you that during the installation. I definitely check yours before you pick out a kit. If you don't have that plug back there, then it's not a big deal. There's other kits available that will still get the job done and work. And even when it comes to those, you gotta be careful if you have LED tail lights or hybrid and things of that nature. So it's really important to not only use our fit guide, but see the installation notes and tech tips to make sure you get the kit that's going to work for your particular model. To compare the Tekonsha kit here to another one, this one's made by Kurt. It's for the factory tow package as well, and they're extremely similar. Really no major differences or nothing too crazy that would make me personally lean towards one or the other. So honestly, can't really go wrong with either one. They're both going to get the job done. But, other than that, at the end of the day, if your vehicle has that factory tow package plug and you need to get signals sent back to your trailer, it's definitely a good kit and should work out well for you. As far as the installation goes, really simple. You drop that panel down, plug into it, and route it over here, and that's really all there is to it. If you're going to be doing a hitch or other components at the same time, you would rather have someone else do it for you. Maybe you just don't have the place to work on it or the time, whatever the case may be. You can always use our dealer locator network, and hopefully that can get you going in the right direction as far as finding a shop that can do that for you. But with that said, why don't we go ahead and get started on ours now. To begin our installation, we're going to be working underneath the back of our Sorento, and what I done was temporarily lower and remove the spare tire just to give us a little bit more room to work. It's something you don't have to do, but it's entirely up to you. We're going to be working over here on the driver's side to get this underbody panel removed. Our panel is going to be held in place with 3 push pin style fasteners along this bottom edge here. To get these out, you can take a flathead screwdriver, just pry underneath the head of it, and you can pull the base out. And then along this edge here, on our frame, there's going to be 2 more fasteners. One here, the other one's just kind of tucked up towards the back there. And you can take a 14mm socket and an extension. You can just unthread these by hand. And what I like to do with them a lot of times it kind of gets to a point where it just wants to keep spinning. If that happens, just put a little downward pressure on the panel while you spin it, and that'll get it to release. Lower this down and set it off to the side for now. If you look at this piece of plastic here, behind it, about in the middle, you can reach back there and feel a connector plug that it's not going to anything. And that's the plug that we're going to be working with. To make it easier to get to and see, there's this little black fastener coming through. That's what's holding it in. If you take a pair of needle nose pliers, just kind of squeeze that in, you're able to release that plug and pull it out like this. There will be what's called a dummy cap on it, and that's just there from the factory to help keep the terminals protected, so we will need to remove that. Just squeeze in, get it removed. We can grab our wiring harness, and this end here, that's simply just going to plug directly into our factory connector, like so. And then what I'll go ahead and do is mount up our module box and route our 4-way flat connector over to our trailer hitch, and I'll show you the path that I took to get everything there. Here's how I secured our module box. I just took a 1/4-inch drill bit and drilled through this plastic piece. Be careful not to drill into anything of importance behind there. It's pretty open, so it should be in good shape. But just took a zip tie and zip tied it all up to this. And then as far as the routing goes, I took our 4-way flat wiring, zip tied it, every now and again up through this way where it comes along through here. And then I just dropped it down where I have it attached to the safety chain opening on our trailer hitch. It is a good idea to test your wiring to make sure that it's working properly. And I like to use a tester like this as opposed to just hooking up to a trailer. And I say it because if your trailer happens to have any issues, it might mislead you and thinking it's something wrong on the vehicle side. But with that in mind, we'll try our left turn, our right turn, our brakes, and our taillights. Now that we verified our wiring works, I went ahead and reinstalled the underbody panel the opposite way that we removed it. If you happen to lower your spare tire, you can go ahead and put that back up too. And just to kind of help clean up our install look, I'm going to take about 1 foot of wire loom here, which you can grab separately, put that over, and just help it blend in a little bit better. But with that done, that'll finish up our look at and our installation of the Tekonsha custom fit vehicle wiring kit on our 2023 Kia Sorento.